Hey everyone, today we're diving into the big question for version 2.1. Who should you pull? Phoebe, Brant, or Changli? With these new limited-time 5 stars, there's a lot to consider. Let's break down each of them and see which one fits your playstyle best. First up, we've got Phoebe. She's a new 5-star resonator that brings something fresh with her unique mechanic, the Spectro Frazzle effect. What does that mean for you? Well, Phoebe specializes in Spectro DPS, which is all about dealing high damage by taking advantage of this new mechanic. Phoebe's Frazzle effect is super useful for amplifying Spectro damage, so if you love focusing on pure damage output with the Spectro element, she's definitely a solid pick. On top of that, Phoebe has the potential to become a powerful main DPS in your roster. However, keep in mind that Phoebe's effectiveness really shines in the Spectro DPS role, so if you already have other strong main DPS characters or you're not as into the Spectro element, she might not be your best pick right away. Next up is Brant, another limited 5-star, but he stands out in a very different way. Brant is a hybrid character who blends the roles of healer, shielder, and DPS. If you're looking for a character that can keep your team alive while dealing decent damage, Brant's your guy. He's a versatile support character that can give you both protection and healing, plus a bit of extra damage. And let's be honest, who doesn't love having a character that can do it all? While Brant may not hit as hard as a pure DPS character, his support abilities make him an awesome choice if you want a more balanced team. He can fit into almost any setup, making him a great all-rounder. Last but not least, we have Changli. She's a 5-star fusion sword character that combines both sub-DPS and main DPS roles. Changli can deal massive damage, but she requires a bit of attention to her fort gauge. Changli really shines when you stack her fort gauge properly, allowing her to deal huge damage. And with her outro skill, she can also buff the next character coming onto the field, making her a great sub-DPS if you're looking for some flexibility. However, her survivability isn't the best, especially if you're using her as an on-field character. You'll need to be on your toes, dodging attacks to keep her alive. So, if you enjoy high-risk, high-reward playstyles and want to maximize your damage potential, Changli might be the character for you. Now, for those of you thinking about saving for future banners, it's important to keep in mind that 2.1 isn't the end of exciting new characters. If you're feeling torn between pulling for one of these 3 and saving your resources, consider how they'll fit into your team, and if there are any upcoming characters you're more excited about. The game is always releasing new content and characters, so there's a good chance that future banners might have some characters that fit your playstyle better or are more suited to your current team composition. If you're not sure whether Phoebe, Brant, or Changli are absolute must-haves for your roster, it might be worth waiting to see what comes next. Remember, saving your resources doesn't mean you're missing out. It's about making the most of what's coming. If you already have a solid team and you're not too invested in these new characters, holding off could be the smart move for securing a future unit that really excites you. So, who should you pull for now? If you're looking for a new, powerful Spectro DPS, Phoebe's definitely one to consider. On the other hand, if you need someone who can heal, shield, and still deal some decent damage, Brant is a great all-rounder pick. Finally, if you love dealing massive damage and don't mind a high-risk playstyle, Changli might be your go-to character. At the end of the day, it all comes down to your playstyle and what your team needs. But whichever character you choose, make sure you're ready for the action in 2.1. Let me know in the comments who you're planning to pull for and why. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell so you don't miss any updates. Thanks for watching.